lecture, we are Group 1 from the CC01. Today we will present the supply chain management analysis of Coca-Cola Vietnam. These are our team members. In Chapter 1, we would like to briefly introduce Coca-Cola as a global brand and Coca-Cola Vietnam's supply chain foundation. Coca-Cola entered Vietnam in 1960, but the company we know today was officially established in 2001 when three regional businesses merged into one unified operation. Coca-Cola Vietnam now operates major factories in Tây Ninh, Da Nang, and Hanoi. Together, this brand rated around 4,000 direct shops and significantly more across the supply chain. The company focused on diverse consumer-oriented beverage, including low sugar and no sugar options, and continued expanding its market presence across the country. Coca-Cola Vietnam applies a leisure supply chain strategy, a hybrid of lean and agile. Lean receivables are used for stable, high-volume core products, ensuring efficiency and low cost. Agile receivables are applied for seasonal or newly launched products where responsiveness is critical. The supply chain really separates push and pull flow. The push system is used in manufacturing, where core products are pushed to distribution center. The pull system is used for retail and customer, where real-time orders trigger replenishment. Distribution centers serve as inventory buffers and cross-docking hubs. Overall, the goal is to balance low operational costs with high responsiveness to Vietnam's fast-changing market demand. In planning activities, Coca-Cola uses several key processes. Demand planning. This incorporates historical sales, macroeconomic factors, and marketing activities to forecast future demand. Inventory planning. Coca-Cola maintains low finished good inventory and use in time for packaging material. SOP, the sales and operation planning process aligns service cost and cash flow while helping reduce the bullwhip effect. On the operation side, sourcing focus on long-term partnerships, strict quality control, and reliable supply. Manufacturing use the automated production lines with the flexible SKU changeover to support a wide product portfolio. Logistics relies on a large distribution network, strategically located distribution centers, and efficient last-mile delivery to reach both modern and traditional trade channels around Vietnam. Here is an overview of Coca-Cola Vietnam supply chain structure. It begins with raw material supply such as packaging and service providers. Then bottling plants transform this material into finished product. Next, distribution centers and transportation fleets move products across the country. Finally, product reach modern trade, traditional retail, and HoReCa channels before being delivered to end customer. Despite its strong system, Coca-Cola Vietnam faced two major challenges. First, it caused volatility, especially with PET, aluminum, and sugar price fluctuating. The company mitigated this by diversifying suppliers using long-term contracts and raising local sourcing. Second is the complexity of distribution and last-mile delivery. Vietnam's traditional trade network is fragmented and difficult to optimize. Coca-Cola addressed this through digital logistics tools and transportation management system for routing and delivery optimization. This solution allows Coca-Cola to sustain efficiency while maintaining high service level.
And now we move to Chapter 2, Supply Chain Network Design. In this chapter, we'll discuss about Coca-Cola Vietnam supply chain network design optimization strategies. In short, Coca-Cola Vietnam supply chain operates similarly to its global counterpart, in which the company maintains strong ties with international suppliers to ensure high-quality materials. They also engage with local suppliers to foster community support and reduce production costs. Finally, they employ a vast distribution network to guarantee product availability even in remote regions. The factories are located strategically to enhance logistics and reduce costs. They also use advanced demand forecasting system to predict regional demand, which aid in effective production planning. And finally, they train suppliers to align the production process with Coca-Cola standards. This is the chart that shows factors that affect Coca-Cola Vietnam supply chain dynamics. Currently, Coca-Cola is facing four main challenges. The first one is the relocation of the southern factory, which increased transportation costs and complicate logistics. Secondly, the factory distance from key supplier affect material availability and response times. Thirdly, the increased typhoon frequency threaten production and distribution stability in northern and central regions. And finally, production delay due to environmental factors could harm customer satisfaction levels. Along with the challenges come with opportunities. Firstly, Coca-Cola Vietnam can leverage platform like TikTok Shop to expand their market reach significantly. Secondly, they can invest in local supplier to enhance material quality and reduce lead time. Finally, they can adopt advanced technology to optimize logistics and improve operational efficiency. This chart shows the percentage of importance of challenge and opportunities that Coca-Cola is facing. About distribution network design, Coca-Cola employ three main strategies. Firstly, they set up large factories in key cities to reduce production costs through economies of scale. Secondly, they combine distribution center, direct to customer delivery, and vending machine to maximize product accessibility. And finally, they utilize third-party logistic partners to allow Coca-Cola to focus on core activities while reducing costs. Clearly, by utilizing 3PL partnership, Coca-Cola can reduce operational expense by outsourcing logistic activities and concentrate on marketing and product development effectively. However, reliance on third-party logistics may lead to challenges in maintaining product delivery standards.
Okay, for demand forecasting for Coca-Cola Vietnam, accurate demand forecasting is crucial for Coca-Cola because it balances the supply and demand, minimize cost, and maximize the service level. The importance of accurate demand forecasting is helping balance supply and demand, reduce excess inventory costs, prevent stock out that harm sales and brand image, and improve production planning. Inaccurate forecasting can result in too much stock or lost sales, both of which are costly for the business. There are five key drivers of demand. Understanding these factors helps Coca-Cola predict and manage demand fluctuation in Vietnam. Past demand patterns show seasonal spikes like summer autumn, marketing campaign and new products also boost sales. Economic conditions affect how much consumers are willing to spend. Competitor action can shift market share, and finally, weather and climate play a big role as hot days increase demand for cold drinks. Here are the forecasting techniques that are applied in Coca-Cola. Time series forecasting analyze historical sales for stable products. Linear regression is used to predict long-term demand based on population and economic trends. Seasonal adjustment capture demand spike during that and summer. Finally, qualitative method like the Delphi approach gather expert insights when data is limited, especially for new products. For example, during that, demand for beverage increased sharply. Coca-Cola forecast a 50% rise, expecting 1.5 million cans. However, the actual demand was 60%, reaching 1.6 million cans. This means the forecast was short by 100,000 cans. To manage the forecast error, Coca-Cola used various metrics to measure and manage inevitable forecasting errors. They use MAPE to compare forecast accuracy across the products with varying demand levels, MSE to penalize the larger errors, and MAD to assess the error magnitude to identify area for model improvement. These are the benefits of accurate forecasting. First one, it helps optimize inventory by avoiding overstocking and shortage. Second one is improve customer service by ensuring products are always available. Accurate forecast also reduce costs related to storage, transport, and finally support better strategic decisions across production, marketing, and supply chain planning. Alright, so for the accurate planning, it is a medium-term plan that helps Coca-Cola balance production and demand. It's crucial because demand changes heavily during big events. So accurate planning, Coca-Cola can control production costs by managing overtime, temporary labor, and plant capacity. It also improves distribution accuracy, ensuring products are available at the right time while avoiding bulk shortage and excess inventory. We focus on six key elements of accurate planning, which are capacity planning, inventory management, production scheduling, pricing and promotion, subcontracting, and workforce planning, and three accurate planning strategies such as chase strategy, flexibility strategy, level strategy. For strategic supply chain management implication, there are production stability to ensure consistent product availability, reliability to prevent supply interruption, and cost optimization to avoid unnecessary expense during low seasons.
Let's go to the next chapter, chapter 4, inventory. Ho Chi Minh City is Vietnam's largest consumption hub with highly volatile demand and a dense retail network. This makes inventory planning essential to maintain service levels and minimize cost. Forecasting is done at long, mid, and short-term levels. Companies use time series methods, regression, expert judgment, and POS data. Coca-Cola 2022 is a real example where demand was underestimated by 10%, causing stockouts. Inventory is held at plants, distribution centers, distributors, and retailers. FMCG firms use uppers, pulling strategy, purchasing stock before peak season, and pulling replenishment using real-time POS demand. Key practices include safety stock, cycle counting, vendor managed inventory, and route optimization. Because Vietnam's warehouse costs are high, efficient inventory management is critical. Demand fluctuates heavily due to weather, decision, and promotion, sometimes increasing up to 80%. This volatility often leads to shortages or excess inventory. When forecasts are inaccurate, stockout occur, reducing market share and service level. On the other hand, over forecasting, especially after that and promotions, creates excess inventory at DCs and distributor warehouses. Vietnam's logistic cost is much higher than the Asian average, forcing companies to hold more safety stock. Urban congestion and unpredictable demand further increase lead time variability. Promotion costs retailers to overorder, distributors to build buffer stock, and manufacturers to increase production. This amplifies variability upstream and creates operational inefficiencies. We optimize order quantities for stable SKUs. ROP and safety stock maintain high service level. ABC classification prioritize high-value SKU. Aggregate planning and GIT reduce waste, while DDMRP enable POS-driven replenishment with 10 to 20% inventory reduction.
Now let's move on to chapter 5, where we'll focus on the restaurant of transport station in Coca-Cola Vietnam supply chain. Coca-Cola Vietnam uses multiple transportation modes chosen based on cost, speed, and product type. The air transport is used for urgent deliveries and product samples. It's fast but expensive. Trucks are the primary mode for domestic deliveries, offering rapid transportation but with limited capacity. Rail is utilized for bulk shipment, providing high capacity for long distance travel at a relative low cost. Water transport is ideal for international shipment or large bulk orders, offering low cost transportation for high value. There are three key models for optimizing network design. Direct shipment, delivery product straight from the supplier to the customer, minimizing handling but erasing inventory at the customer end. Mill run from suppliers to buyer, consolidating shipment from multiple suppliers to buyer, which help reducing transportation costs. Mill run from distribution center. Products are sent to a central distribution center before being distributed to the to retail location, optimizing inventory and transportation flow. In optimizing transportation, Coca-Cola Vietnam must navigate important trade-offs. One major trade-off is between transportation cost and inventory cost. The company must decide whether to hold more inventory at distribution centers to reduce transportation costs or to ship more frequently to keep inventory level low. Another trade-off is between transportation cost and customer responsiveness. To meet customer expectation for fast delivery, Coca-Cola may need to invest in more expensive freight transport modes, balancing the cost with the need for speed. Finally, Coca-Cola use event cost analysis model and route optimization to minimize fuel costs, delivery times, and overall transportation expense. This model helps evaluate different transport options like rail versus truck and analyze route to ensure efficiency, reducing both cost and environmental impact.
Moving on to chapter 6, Coca-Cola outsource because it helps the company focus on its core strength. Outsourcing also reduce capital and operating costs for machinery, warehousing, and logistics. By working with local partners, Coca-Cola can leverage their expertise and achieve higher efficiency through competitive bottlers. Globally, Coca-Cola relies on a coordinate franchise bottling system with over 200 partners, while in Vietnam, operations are run directly by Swire Pacific. For green sourcing, Coca-Cola target up to 35% recycled plastic globally to reduce plastic waste and use less virgin plastic, thereby reducing production costs. The sourcing performance is measured through KPIs annually audits covering over 95% of procurement and compliance with ISO standard and platforms like EcoVadis. For outsourcing might cause risk such as loss of direct control, quality or food safety issue, reputational risk, agriculture supply risk, and overdependence. To mitigate this, Coca-Cola use supplier guidance principle in contracts, frequent audits, and corrective action plans. Supplier diversification. In Vietnam, Coca-Cola have a collaboration with government to reduce the risk. For demand based on price, globally, Coca-Cola use revenue growth management to adjust price and offer multiple pack size, which help achieve 12% organic revenue and 11% price mix increase in 2024. In Vietnam, plans boost supply and pricing is tailored for different segments like family packs, along with promotion to maintain demand. For customer segmentation and product diversity, globally, Coca-Cola targets premium products in developed markets and affordable options in emerging ones. Packaging also plays different roles, like returnable glass being premium in rich countries but low price in developing markets. In Vietnam, with its young consumer base, Coca-Cola use wide distribution and multiple pack size to fit both urban and rural demand.
Chapter 7, Financial Metrics in Supply Chain. Earning before interest and taxes show operational profit before financing. For Coca-Cola Vietnam, cost, line materials, marketing, and warehousing directly reduce EBIT. Better planning and logistics have lifted profitability. Inventory turnover measures how fast stock is sold. High turnover means efficient operation, but must stay balanced with EBIT. Coca-Cola targets high turnover before products are fast moving and perishable. Cash conversion cycle measures how long cash is tied in inventory and receivables. A rising cash conversion cycle signals weaker liquidity. Coca-Cola must optimize cash conversion cycle due to high daily volumes. ROCE show how efficiently capital assets are used, improving EBIT and reducing capital tied up, like optimizing bottling lines, helps increase ROCE. The estimate defines three strategies: product leadership, customer intimacy, and operational excellence. Coca-Cola Vietnam fits customer intimacy, focusing on freshness and high availability. SC or KPIs forecast accuracy, order cycle time, cost to serve, inventory days, and capacity utilization that help link supply chain performance with financial results. This KPI measures how well equipment generates revenue. For Coca-Cola, reducing downtime and optimizing production schedules improve asset turnover. Key improvements include reducing SKU complexity, enhancing S&OP, optimizing multi-echelon inventory, and improving cash conversion cycle. This raises turnover, liquidity, and ROCE.
And now we move to chapter 8, the optimization model. The movement of Southern Vietnam factory from Ho Chi Minh City to Tay Ninh caused production and distribution problem. The transportation costs increased due to further distance from key distribution center markets. The factory is not fully operated, which create risk of not fulfilling demand, while the demand continued to increase with large spikes at the holiday and in summer. The objective is to create a production distribution optimization plan that can satisfy all demand at the lowest cost possible. Our team proposed a solution that is a multi-period and multi-product production distribution model that also considers inventory and overtime to satisfy market's demand. Here are the assumptions of our models. And here are the set of indices that's used in our model. And here are the parameters related to production and the parameters related to distribution. Here are the decision variables of our model, and the objective of our model is to minimize the total production, inventory, and distribution costs as below. A feasible solution from our model must satisfy the following constraint. In each month, the total production time must not exceed the available machine hours, and the amount of overtime hours used in each month must not exceed the limit. We also have inventory balance constraints for each month, and the maximum amount of inventory allowed in the factory in one month. We also have transshipment point constraint for distribution center, and demand satisfaction constraint for the markets. Finally, we have non-negativity constraints. And this is the implementation of our model in Cplex. This image shows the dataset that's used in our model, and this image shows the Cplex code, including the index, the parameters, the decision variables, the objective function, and the constraint of our models. Running the code gives us the following result. The model has probably handled the seasonal spike and fulfilled demand from all markets. And it also have optimized the total cost for 6 months at 355,803,111,909 Vietnam dong. And it has also effectively used overtime inventory to prepare for demand searches. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.